Imagine a world without highways. No skyscrapers piercing the clouds, no massive dams holding back the fury of rivers, and no sprawling suburban cities. To build the world we live in today, we didn't just need visionaries. We needed monsters. We needed machines that could move mountains, literally. But what if I told you that the most iconic yellow machines on the planet, the ones that literally paved the way for modern civilization, were born out of a desperate rivalry between two men who absolutely hated each other, and that their invention didn't just change farming, it changed the very outcome of World War I and the shape of every continent on Earth. Welcome back to Master Plan. Today we are deconstructing the blueprint of a titan. This is the untold, gritty, and explosive history of Caterpillar. Part 1. The War in the Mud. To understand the birth of Caterpillar, we have to go back to the late 1800s in California. The Central Valley was a gold mine for agriculture, but it had a massive problem: the mud. At the time, farmers used massive steam traction engines to plow the fields. These things were beasts, weighing up to 40 tons. But because they were so heavy, they would frequently sink into the soft California soil and get stuck forever. They were powerful, but they were useless in the face of nature. Enter our two protagonists, Benjamin Holt and Daniel Best. These two men were fierce competitors. Holt was an inventor from New England. Best was a rugged pioneer. For years, they fought for dominance in the tractor market. But Holt was obsessed with the sinking problem. He tried making the wheels wider. Some wheels were 36 feet wide, but it just made the machines heavier. Then, in 1904, Holt had a eureka moment. Why use wheels at all? He took a steam engine, removed the wheels, and wrapped a set of wooden tracks around the wheels. On November 24, 1904, he tested it. Instead of sinking, the machine crawled over the mud like a dream. A photographer watching the test remarked that the machine moved like a caterpillar. Holt loved the name. He trademarked it. But here is the twist. While Holt had the Caterpillar, Daniel Best was still a massive threat. The competition was so intense, it nearly bankrupted both companies. In 1925, they realized that to conquer the world, they had to stop fighting each other. They merged to form the Caterpillar Tractor Company. And that master plan family is when the world started to change. Part 2. From the farm to the front line. Now you might think Caterpillar is just about construction, but its true legacy was forged in the fire of Great War. When World War I broke out, the British military saw Holt's crawlers and saw something the Germans didn't. They saw a way to cross no man's land. The British took the Caterpillar track system and used it as the foundation for the very first tanks. Without the Caterpillar track, the tank wouldn't exist as we know it. These machines could roll over trenches, crush barbed wire, and withstand machine gun fire. This wasn't just a tractor anymore. It was a weapon of liberation. By the end of the war, Caterpillar machines were legendary. They had proven they could survive the worst conditions on the planet. But the master plan for Caterpillar wasn't war. It was reconstruction. Part 3. Carving the face of the earth. If you look at any wonder of the modern world built in the 20th century, you will find the color yellow. Let's talk about the Hoover Dam. In the 1930s, this was the most ambitious engineering project in human history. To build it, workers had to move millions of tons of rock and pour massive amounts of concrete in the blistering heat of the Nevada desert. Caterpillar engines powered the air compressors that kept the tunnels ventilated, and their tractors hauled the debris. Shortly after, the Golden Gate Bridge rose in San Francisco. Again, Caterpillar was there. But the biggest transformation came in 1956, when President Eisenhower signed the Federal Aid Highway Act. This was the birth of the Interstate Highway System, the largest public works project in history. We are talking about 41,000 miles of road. Who do you think built those roads? Caterpillar developed the D8 and D9 bulldozers, machines so powerful they could clear miles of forest and rock in a single day. They didn't just build roads, they connected humanity. They made the suburbs possible. They created the logistics network that allows you to get a package from Amazon in 24 hours today. Part 4. The strategy of durability. You might be asking, master plan? Why Caterpillar? Why did they win while other companies faded away? The answer lies in their business model, the dealer network. Caterpillar realized early on that if a machine breaks down on a remote dam project in Africa or a mine in the Andes, the company loses thousands of dollars every hour. So they built a promise. Parts delivered anywhere in the world within 24 to 48 hours. They didn't just sell a machine, they sold uptime. During World War II, Admiral William Halsey said that the four pieces of equipment that won the war in the Pacific were the submarine, the airplane, the radar, and the Caterpillar bulldozer. Why? Because the Seabees could land on a remote island and build an airstrip in 72 hours using Cat machines. Part 5. The future, the digital beast, and conclusion. As we look at the world today, Caterpillar is no longer just about steel and diesel. They are pivoting to the next phase of the master plan, automation and sustainability. Did you know that Caterpillar currently operates one of the world's largest fleets of autonomous mining trucks? These are two-story-tall monsters moving autonomously in mines in Australia and South America, guided by GPS and AI, working 24 hours a day without a driver. They are moving towards zero-emission electric machines and using digital twins to predict when a part will fail before it actually breaks. They aren't just moving dirt anymore. They are moving data. Every time you drive on a smooth highway, every time you turn on a light powered by a dam, or every time you look at a city skyline, you are looking at the work of a Caterpillar. It started with two rivals in a muddy field in California who refused to accept that a machine had to sink. They decided to change how the world touches the ground. Caterpillar didn't just build machines. They provided the muscle for human ambition. They are the reason the impossible became infrastructure. So I want to hear from you, the master plan community. When you see those yellow machines on the side of the road, do you see just construction, or do you see the fingerprints of history? If you found this deep dive valuable, hit that subscribe button and join the master plan. I'm your host, and this was the master plan. See you in the next one.